Well, Kenyan troops have participated in multiple international peacekeeping missions before, but sending 1,000 police officers on a mission to Haiti is a first. And many Kenyans aren't happy about it. The government of President William Ruto says it is a moral obligation to help their friends where Western-led assistance has failed. But will Kenyan police really be able to calm a country controlled by gangs? And if it happens, what would Kenya get out of it? Here's a look.
As Haiti spirals further into chaos, a Kenyan mission tasked with restoring order is in question. Last year, Kenya agreed to lead a UN Security Council-backed multinational force. About 1,000 police officers would train the Haitian police and help them restore stability. But Nairobi's plan has faced numerous challenges at home.
You cannot use our police women and men as guinea pigs at the altar of rent-seeking. Because we know for sure that the motivation for this misadventure is money.
In January, the High Court ruled against the mission, saying the Parliament can only approve the troop deployment, not the police.
Any further action or steps taken by any state organ or state officer in furtherance of such a decision contravenes the Constitution and the law and is therefore unconstitutional, illegal and invalid.
And the Kenyan public is also wary of any deployment, given the ongoing anarchy in Haiti.
Haiti has no government, it has no structure, so it's not advisable, as let's say, like, if our government really cares for our people, they won't even consider doing that.
Yet despite public and legal woes, Kenya and Haiti signed a reciprocal agreement in March to deploy a police contingent. Hosting Haiti's Ariel Henry for the ceremony, President William Ruto said the deployment is a historic duty.
The importance, significance, and urgency of this mission cannot be overstated. It is a mission for humanity. It is a mission in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Haiti.
In the last 35 years, Kenyan troops have contributed to more than 20 UN peacekeeping missions, including in the former Yugoslavia, Cambodia, Iraq and Mali. But this would be the first time the national police is deployed to a foreign nation, and most likely the hardest mission. Rights groups have also raised concerns over the Kenyan police's record of alleged human rights abuses.
The history of the police force the police service in the last 2 years has been essentially quite brutal, and the concern has been that we would be exporting officers and a culture that has left many up to 60 people dead in the last 1 year from violent policing of protests.
Haitians are justifiably wary of foreign intervention thanks to their painful past experiences. A 13-year UN mission there was ended in 2017, marred by accusations of rampant sexual abuse. And on top of that, a sewage leak from a UN base led to a cholera outbreak that killed thousands of Haitians. And now, the Haitians say they want to decide their own future. But with gangs in control of 80% of the capital Port-au-Prince and no democratic path in sight, that future seems uncertain.
All right, I'm going to listen to the Haitian debate here with the man you have. Mark, Philip, and Brian. Me just start it off before we even go down into that debate. I just start it off and make Mark. Mark, me hate you. Mark, me hate you. Mark, me actually hate you. Me never know. Listen. Every day I realize more and more they can hate people where you don't know. Yeah. Like me just build up this hatred for you in about 20 minutes. Yeah. After me done listen to the debate, a pure hatred I have built up inside that. The whole line of my structure full of hatred for you. I could just start that right so. But I could go down in it. Because I have one only things to say to you, Mark.
So, could a Kenyan police force really help Haiti? And at what cost? Well, joining me now to debate that and more are from Nairobi, communications strategist Mark Bichachi. Also in the Kenyan capital is Philip Etale, communications director at the Orange Democratic Movement. And from Boston, lawyer and board member at the Institute for Justice and Peace in Haiti, Brian Concannon. Thanks all so much for being with me. Mark, I'll start with you. As mentioned before, the mission is on hold pending the formation of a transitional government. Remains to be seen if that government will actually be formed. But President Ruto wants this done, and you agree with him. So tell us why sending its own police forces to Haiti would be a good thing for Kenya to do.
Well, first and foremost, this will not be the first time that the Kenyan police are being deployed in such a mission. Kenya has a history of having served in different missions for over in over 16 countries and throughout our history over 60 years now. What that means is that Kenya is ready and capable to help fellow Africans. We need to remember that the nation of Haiti has in the past applied for being a member of the African Union. So we do consider them our brothers and our sisters. Thirdly, this is a humanitarian issue. Kenya is known to have sent troops to Somalia and has recently helped the Democratic Republic of Congo. So this is not something that is outside of the scope of what Kenya needs to do. And thirdly, as recent members of the Security Council, Kenya is fully aware of the risks and also the necessity of stepping in and helping the people of Haiti, not as the way the Americans and the French have done so in the past, in a way where they were taking advantage of Haiti and taking advantage of the situation in Haiti, but as a nation that can be trusted, one, not to be exploiting the resources within Haiti, and two, as people who share a common African background and should be there for each other.
So help me understand then what you think Kenyans really would be able to do that the other forces have not been able to achieve? Because it wasn't just, France or the United States that tried to lead missions there. Brazil had a very large contingent for quite some time, yes. And that didn't go very well either. Haiti still is in the state it is in. And meanwhile, you have Kenyans saying, we have no business being there.
Well, it is true that many Kenyans have expressed the idea that they do not want to see themselves inside Haiti through their police forces. But it is also true that this particular contingent and the way Kenya was going to approach it was going to be different, in the sense that this was a mission to help build the capacity of the police and build the capacity of local enforcement, to train them, to also use police intelligence and criminal intelligence to infiltrate the gangs and dismantle the gangs, something that the Kenyan police has successfully done within our own boundaries with such gangs as Mungiki and others which were troubling our nation. So this is not something new for us. Thirdly, we are not planning to send our regular police forces there. There is a specific unit, actually 4 units, that have been working closely with the army in the border in Kenya, in Somalia, and also working today and quelling the cattle rustlers within our own borders. So these are police with experience. We are also going to use criminal intelligence as well as develop Haitian capacity, which is why we are deploying the police and not the army.
Okay, let me turn to Philip. Philip, are you convinced that specifically Kenyan police forces can make a fundamental difference on the ground in Haiti, and that Haiti deserves the help of Kenya?
Oh, God. We can't wait for you when Philip say, Mark, no, there's a lot of confusion with Mark. But I don't even know if we broke down your part. I don't even know if we go down in your part, because how much them pay you? So Mark get one way for money. Mark, a 300 million US dollars Kenya get for the mission here. You get some money out of this, Mark. You get some money out of this. You actually come here so and attack like this. Oh, this has nothing to do with, this is because it's our brothers and sisters. It's our brothers and sisters, our African brothers and sisters in Haiti. So you're just going over there to help your fellow brothers and sisters in Haiti, right? I mean, like, Mark, come Mark, you know the assignment, You understand what I want, There's no way me know what I want and you don't know what I want. Because the little reading when me I do, an investigation when me I do, me know what I want now. Me actually understand what I want right now, fully. Yeah, me not short, I don't know, me get it. Me understand exactly what I want right now, so I can go down in it. But how is it me understand what I want and you not understand what I want? The lady asks her, say, is it a good thing for Kenya to send police over there? Yes, it's a good thing for Kenya because Kenya get 300 million US. And that Kenya get. The US is giving him $300 million for this mission. Yeah. Hey, you go on over there go kill them off, over there go kill them off. It's 300 million, yeah. Mark, you don't know what I want. Mark, how is it you don't know what I want? You're on big platform attack. You have to know what I want. Because if me know, me don't know how you don't know. Eh? Just start the things, them this time not to do with no African brother and sister. This have to do with money, sir. $300 million. Licky Kenya want. And that's why this happen. Just the money a cause this. Eh? Una send 1,000 police over the sir. I start to break this news that you know because Mark, although Mark, I think you know already. You know. Mark, them a go over there go there now. That 1,000 Mark, them burned down one prison in Haiti with 5,000 prisoners and they're all free now. And you're sending 1,000 police. Just the prison alone with them burned down, they'd have 5,000 and them they free and they're street now. So you're only for 1,000. You basically are sending 1,000, you have to go dead. That's what you're doing. You're sending your 1,000 police Kenyan officers to go and die. That's it. Because of 5,000 come out of prison alone. Plus the rest of gang, them will have some holy numbers. That little tozy, I mean, little tozy, our little 300 from Jamaica, we are running go over there too. Andrew, how much you get? How much you get? Andrew, I'm ready for going in a you yet, you know, because I'm done my full investigation for the Jamaica side of things. How much you get, Andrew? Because now we find out 300 million Kenya get. Yeah, Kenya got 300 million. So the fact say you make Canada come over there, a train our soldier them to send go over Haiti, you got some whole heap of money, sir. Yeah, Kenya get 300 million. How much you get? Eh, Andrew? How much you get? I'm not ready for you yet. I mean, I have the number for put back it. So, but me go come back to you one at a time. But right now, me dep on Mark. Mark say, um, oh, Kenya went to 16 other countries for 16 other missions. Okay, I the same thing again. I same thing at Mark money. A money wanna get. The money wanna get yeah, boss what a 16 mission. Yeah, okay, yeah, but a 16 paid mission, sir. A 16 paid mission and a licky. And that number will keep going up. So you come talk big and bad, but oh, we went to 60. Yeah, we're not go there. We're not go 16 more. Because we're gonna get some more 300 million. We're not stack up on these missions. My God, the problem with me I have with them mission here with Uno Kenya now, you know, with them 300 million here. I hope this means that me not have to buy no more rice. Because I know a little bit of rice me buy for the picnic in Kenya. And a little bit of picnic in Kenya me feed. And a little bit of Kenya picnic food me put shoes on. Right now, me I contemplate if I want to send out 2 picnic go to school, I want to try sponsor 2 picnic like just dedicate to them 2 picnic and make them get to go school and try be something. So I want that 300 million you want to get. This is going to help the people of Kenya? Because that's the big question for me now, you know. That 300 million you what the government are going to collect. Who is going to benefit from the 300 million? Let me take a guess. Just like all other fucked up countries were full of corruption. The people them not go see none of the money. The rich are going to stay rich and me have to go still buy rice. Right? Let me see if we get it right, Mark. That's exactly how it's gonna go. I'm gonna still have to buy rice for Kenya, even though you're collecting all these money from these missions. Hey, Mark, can't stand Mark, you know. What else Mark say? Hmm? There's no way Mark don't know what going, you know. Why Mark they must pay one for money for all the one William Ruto. You're the devil here? You are the devil. Yes. You, William Ruto, we come out at big and bossy like say Kenya want to go do this big peacekeeping over Haiti. Like you don't know the assignment. This is not the assignment. This is not the assignment. The UN Secretary General say, if we go over there and use robust use of offensive force, we must use over there. Robust use of offensive force. That's what the UN Secretary General said if we use robust use of offensive force over Kenya. That you know what that means? That means when if we go over, they go kill off the people them. Innocent pitney, mother, woman, everybody, everything. And that are the instruction we want to get, we don't call it 300 million. When they go give you the 300 million, they tell you the job. The job is we need enough to go in at Haiti and use robust use of offensive force. UN General, the UN Secretary General, and that's the instruction on get. And on take the 300 for go do it. So me know when Mark there so come on like said this peacekeeping treaty and go pan. It's not that. It's not that on go pan Mark. The instruction there, the UN General Secretary say it, and I mean, I say it. Eh? This is the job. This is the assignment. Robust use of offensive force. Anyways, but when listen to what Philip has said, because I'm ignorant for Mark, you know. Me ignorant for Mark. Listen to the whole debate. I better tell you, this is God. Me hate Mark so tell. Mr. Mark in good conscience, sit down and talk them and sit down and tell you, but you already know, say, you know what a mission is about it. You know what it's about it, sir. Anyways.
First and foremost, I've never wished to contradict my brother Mark on such matters. But on this one, I want to say, I think this is a poignant decision that the Kenyan government has made to send our police officers into Port-au-Prince in the name of restoring peace and order in that country. Well, I want to state something here that perhaps many people have been trying to ask. What are these police officers going to do different from what they have done here in Kenya locally? As we speak, in the North Rift part of this country, bandits are causing havoc, killing, maiming, and displacing people. Yet we have a police force that is claimed to be well equipped and ready to handle gangs like the G9 led by Jimmy Cherizien, aka Barbecue. We have another one called Gabriel Jean-Pierre leading the GPEP. And these are rival gangs in Port-au-Prince who have now ganged up to try and combat any foreign intervention that could be sent to Haiti. I believe this is not just about police officers restoring order in Haiti. It's about people trying to enrich themselves financially. And if the $300 million that the U.S. government has promised to give Kenya is given to the government of Kenya, is it going to equip the the National Police Service in Kenya? Is it going to improve the lives and the welfare of the police officers in Kenya who live in dilapidated houses? You know, a police force that cannot even handle bandits locally, people who are killing. A school was torched in a place called Kerio Valley in North Rift. And so far, no police officer has, police forces have not been deployed there to deal with those bandits. Yet we want to take them to Haiti to deal with gangs who have caused havoc in Port-au-Prince and even killed the president of that country.
Point taken. Mark, I'll let you respond quickly as to why you think Kenyan police forces can do in Haiti what they can't seem to do in Kenya, according to Philip.
Let's take the example of terror attacks in this country and how far they've reduced in the last 10 to 15 years. Let's look at the same Kerio Valley that he's talking about and look at how much the banditry has reduced. Yes, the police force has not managed to quell all the banditry, but it has made significant gains. In fact, they dismantled an Al-Shabaab gang that was trying to put IEDs across Lamu. So in as much as we want to talk about Kenya as though our police force has failed, we also need to give our men and women in uniform the privilege of accepting that they've actually done a good job. We live in a city which is by and large pretty safe from terrorism, from the same bandits that would want to attack us. The United States and every other country has problems and has never stopped Kenyans from helping people. When we went to Yugoslavia, we still had the same problems. We went to Sierra Leone, we still had these problems.
Okay. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let me get Brian into the conversation. Brian, I apologize. It's been a minute or two. But first, I have to ask you, because this is your area of specialization, do Haitians actually want this? Do they specifically want these Kenyan police forces there, especially since there has been a reputation for certain human rights abuses? And do you think, personally, that Kenyan police forces can make a difference to the turmoil in the landscape in Haiti?
Well, many Haitians believe that some international help is necessary in the current situation. Some think not. But almost all Haitians all Haitian organizations who have opined on this have insisted they do not want the mission as it's currently designed. Now, Mark made a great case on the idealistic case of how Kenya can help Haiti. The problem is that's not the plan. The plan is, in the words of Secretary General, UN Secretary General Guterres, is to use a robust use of offensive force. What the plan is for Kenyans to go into neighborhoods, because when Kenyan troops land, the gangs are going to go back into the neighborhoods they control where they have some support, and in order to go after them, the Kenyan police officers are going to have to go into those neighborhoods shooting, and they're going to execute some suspected gang members. They're also going to execute children, women, innocent bystanders. And the Kenyan team, exploratory team back in August, realized this. As soon as they landed in Haiti, they said, we're not going to do this robust use of force. We're going to do something more measured, like protect infrastructure and train the Haitian police. But the U.S. said, no, that's not the job. And it's important to note that nobody wants to touch this. Everybody wants to blame, wants Kenya to do the U.S.'s dirty work and take the blame for it. This is a UN authorized mission, but the Security Council made sure that it was not a UN mission, so the UN cannot be accountable. The US wants this mission and has wanted it for over a year. It has not allowed one US soldier to go to be part of it. Canada, CARICOM, Brazil were all asked to lead the mission. They refused because they know what it's going to do.
Okay, Philip, let me come back to you then, because, yeah, those who criticize this mission say Kenya is in part working at the behest of the United States anyway, and that the only ones that would benefit from this mission in Kenya are the politicians that will receive payment for it, not the forces that are going to have to go into those areas and potentially fire even on innocent people and have to come back with all the trauma associated with that. Is that what you...
Jesus God, what Brian said a while ago. Let me not even jump to Brian yet. Can me even go for Philip. But what Brian said a while ago, why if the US and the UN smart one more time? Where you say? Where you say they cannot be held accountable? Eh? Where you say the US and the UN, them can't be held accountable for this year. Smart bang. Yeah, we'll give you the money and uno go in go do it here. Yeah. We're gonna just run on one part, we are giving the money we wanna need, and then uno just go over there go kill them off. But we actually now go. We now put our foot on the ground. No, 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 no. Because we can't afford to be held accountable. It's like you now one of the wickedest people in our world. Nobody can tell me this place and wicked, 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 and demonic and evil and stay bad. But let me go back up to Philip a little bit. I love Philip and I love Brian. Well, me kind of like Philip. I like Philip and I love Brian. Tell you why I like Philip. Philip, I tell you why I not give you love, but I like you. You say, all right, you say if the 300 million I got improve the lives of the police. Yeah. The question you should have asked is if the 300 million I got improve the lives of the Kenyan people, not the police. Because a beer rice me if you buy. Listen, Philip, a whole heap of rice me if you buy. A whole heap of rice me buy already. A whole heap of shoes me buy already. You think you understand the amount of rice we me if you buy. You know, understand what I say? So you're going to ask if this 300 million is going to help to change the lives of the police force. No, the police force. That 300 million you need to change the lives of the Kenyan people who are dead for hungry. Yeah. The Kenyan people, them, when they tell you if you buy rice for, and them want to know if that 300 million going to help, not just the police. Not just the police. Eh? Everybody. The poor man. And that we need to know if the 300 million are going to help the poor man. And that we want to know about. And that you should have been asked. Eh? Yes, the police live in a dilapidated houses. Okay, the people in Kenya live in a dirt hut. And me have to feed them. Eh? The police are living in dilapidated houses, but the people of Kenya, Philip, are living in a dirt hut. And me have to feed them and I buy rice. And me, I feel they are no contemplate if you want that sponsor to people to go to school. We never go to school yet. Them all 10-year-old and they never go to school yet. Eh? They not no shoes for their foot. Eh? You think a little bit of Kenyan people may make weird shoes, make the first shoes and put on come from me? Hello, listen to me. We need to know if the 300 million are going to help the people of Kenya, not just the police. Philip. You understand me? The lady asks if we think Kenya want this mission. Kenya government want the mission. Because them a collect the 300 million. Yeah. The people in Kenya now go see another money. Them still a go dead for hungry when it's all said and done. Eh? You go say the one Mark he might talk about say, oh, listen, or the police force in Kenya, they have made significant gains over there by being better police over there. Yeah? Eh? Hello, una have problems, sir. Una still have problems because of me affair by the rights. I mean affair by the rights. Una have a lot of problems. You don't need for the people in business because una have a lot of problems on your own. Like una can't feed una people. And when you get that 300 million, una still not go help the people. The money are go in a your hand and the government hand. This the no regular poor man of Kenya now go see nothing out of that tree. Yeah. Them not even know so that tree. Them good over there, would not even know about the tree. Yeah. We know about the tree, but them would not even know about the tree. Eh? So we don't know how politicians run them place already. The people them don't know everything where I go on. You understand me? Unless them big enough and come out and they on YouTube and come watch two little something and try to see where I go on. Eh? Eh? And the 300 million a cause mark for tax, so, you know. I wonder how much Andrew get. You know, so that 300 million you cause mark for tax the way you matter. Them man the 300 million. Now me I wonder how much Andrew get. And now me I have to look into how much Andrew get because me know say if William, whatever name over Kenya, William Ruto, if him get 300 million, Andrew, how much you get? For our troops, them we have plan to send go over, they go dead off. Yeah. Much money them life worth, sir? How much money them life worth? Yeah. So enough country they say them now go. The Trinidad put up big statement there. We are not going to Haiti. Big statement. No, them no want the money. Them no want the money. They're not sending their people over there to go dead off. They don't want the money. So Andrew, I would like to know what was your price, sir? Yeah. Eh? The price was obviously right. That's why we are Canada train we know for go over there. Instead of go over there themselves go fight, them come for train we. Instead of train, we want to know go on over there. I don't want what over there. Can me know why not? Me know what all this for now, you know? Yeah. And the $20 billion worth of gold and copper and sitting with 80 sit down pan underneath their soil. Yes. I hate to know want go mine out and dig out. Canada and US, and that to no want. Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, you see how fast on run come to Jamaica, go and train people to send go over there. When we train them people and send them go over there. Go fight, go fight, yeah. Go fight, kill them off away. Yeah. Why don't you go over there? Eh? You're the one who's looking a fast and a looking and a sister them have goal when want to go creep up. Why you not go over there? Eh? No, you want to train some other people. You train be a third world, be a Jamaica, Belize, Bahamas, Fufu, Kenya. Yeah, yeah. Send them go dead off. Send them go dead off. Why would not go over there when already have a whole heap of army, have army, big army with enough soldier, everybody. Send them go over there. And them on if send. No, we not put foot on the ground. We not stare when I want back either do no dirty work. What Brian say a while ago. What Brian say. You know, say Mark Pierce not understand the assignment. He not understand the assignment, you know. Mark don't understand. Mark is either you don't understand the assignment or you get paid one whole heap of money to go on like you don't understand the assignment. I one of them. He make it sound like Kenya want go over Haiti go sing Kumbaya and roast marshmallow. He act like that's the plan. So that is not the plan. The plan, the instruction from the UN Secretary General say them for use a robust use of offensive force. Them for go over they go kill off woman and picnic and innocent people. You don't understand me? That's the plan. So we don't know how Mark come like say Kumbaya, Kenya go over there now to go play Kumbaya drum and beat Naya Bingi and all type of something and roast marshmallow and read stories about the fire. You are going like say that Kenya go over there for do. The UN Secretary General say use robust use of offensive force in Kenya that equals to killing innocent people, children, women, and the gang. Yeah, and that it mean, Mark. So many know where you can sit down with yourself and go like saying understand the assignment, you know. I mean, you know exactly where you're going, you know, you're just a wicked, you know. You're just a wicked, you know. You're just corrupt like the government, you know. And then send you, you know, Mark, and then send you to come sit down for your talk this year, you know. Eh?
The High Court made a ruling on this particular matter. It said this is unconstitutional. Then when the government, we are ruled by a government that thrives on propaganda and use of PR to try and entice Kenyans and feed them with lies. The government decided that now that the courts have stopped this mission and we really need this money so badly and we want our troops to go to Haiti, they decided to go the parliament way. And in Kenyan parliament, the government side has the majority. And the MPs on the government side have been reduced to rubber stampers. Anything that the government presents before that house has to pass, because they're always told you have to pass this bill or this motion whether you like it or not, which is not the core reason they were elected to go to that legislative assembly. Anyway, now that it has been passed by parliament and approved that the Kenyan troops should go to Haiti, the question Kenyans are asking, who has carried out reconnaissance in that country? Because you were told by the president that reconnaissance has already been done, they know the terrain. Who went there? Who did it? Who carried out that reconnaissance? Now, another thing that Kenyans are asking, when the former Prime Minister of Haiti, Ariel Henry, came to Kenya, him and our president signed an agreement that these troops should be deployed as soon as possible. 2 days after that, the Prime Minister or President in quotes could not even land in Port-au-Prince because the gangs made it difficult for him to land because they had given him conditions. If you land here, we are going to deal with you. He was forced to resign. Haiti currently doesn't have a government. Who is going to receive these troops when they land in Haiti? Who is going to take them round to ensure that they are safe and that they can carry out their mandate without the interference of these gangs that are marauding in Port-au-Prince? Mark, let me finish. Now, when these troops land in Haiti, of course, that money is going to come to Kenya. I posed this question from when I started this conversation. How is this money going to be spent? Is it going to improve the livelihoods of these police officers? Because the Kenyan police are ill-equipped.
You did mention, yes, they don't live in the best conditions necessarily. And I'd like to get Mark to actually respond to that and the other things I saw you disagree with. Go ahead.
First and foremost, I think it is frankly ridiculous to imagine that the Kenyan police is going to leave Kenya and go to Haiti, and it's going to take over the streets of Haiti and murder and do extrajudicial killings. Not at all. That is not what Kenya has been known for. We've never been accused in over 16 different countries where we've sent our police officers and our army officers. We have never been involved in such atrocities, and I think, quite frankly, it is unfair to do so. Secondly, in all of those 16 different missions, did the police officers and the army officers receive extra payment and receive better payment for being deployed outside the borders of our country? I'll tell you, yes. That is true. Not so far behind us last year when we left the Congo. Those army and police officers can testify that they received their requisite payment that is above and beyond what is in the country. Thirdly, making the point that Ariel Henry could not return home is not a point against helping Haiti. It is a point for helping Haiti. It is a point to say that that country has been overrun by gangsters, and gangsters are not an army problem. They are a police problem. And yes, Kenya has sent reconnaissance to Haiti, and we know because the good doctor here from the United States can confirm that they did give feedback and say this is not about going in there and acting as though it is a war zone and going to murder people. That is not the state of where the security forces are at. They are at a point where they're saying they need to build the capacity of the locals, they need to use criminal intelligence, and they need to be sure that they build the capacity and the hope of the Haitian people on the mission. It is not
Okay.
go in there gang ho kind of battle.
Let me come back to Brian.
Yo, coming like Mark sick. No, Mark sick. When you not tell me say Mark no sick, me 100% sure say Mark sick. Mark either sick, slow, or is being paid very well. One of them. Mark, you know, listen to what the people never say from before this. The whole time, you know, you don't know what Brian say. You don't know where I go on. Brian say the mission from the UN Secretary General, the instruction is use a robust use of offensive force, sir. That is the mission. Why you keep on attack it like it's a peacekeeping mission you go on? Why you keep on make it sound like the police never go over there? I don't know have this big peacekeeping mission here. You don't hear the man say use robust force. Eh? You don't hear that? That mean go kill off the people there, man. That it mean kill off woman, picnic, innocent gang, everybody, all of them just kill anything inside offensive force, anything in their way, kill that. If you need them young people over there so and 6 feet in front of them, wipe out everything. We need them. We need them to kill them. We don't business who turn up there. Woman a push pram, just wipe up there so because we need the whole of them and they will stand behind the pram. You not understand, Mark. Mark, you not get it. Brian say, Brian say, um, Brian say in August last year, right? Like the Kenya Exploration Group or whatever them name, them the land over in Haiti, right? And them now go use no robust use of force. That then say when they land. We're gonna do something more measured, like train the Haitian police and protect infrastructure and all of them something there. But the US said, no, that's not the job. No, that's not the job. We're not sending you over there for no peacekeeping mission. We're not sending you over. We are sending you over there for use robust use of offensive force, and that we are sending you to do. That is the job. No, the US basically want Kenya to do them dirty work, you know. Yeah, the US want that mission bad too, you know. That's why them put up that 300 million and more millions are gonna come to, you know. Yeah, more millions are gonna get to, you know. That's just what them tell you about yourself, you know. We don't know what else attack around one part, you know. And we don't trust on, you know, that we are making no know to, you know. We don't trust on no figures either, you know. We don't trust the numbers, you know. And that we attack about yourself, you know. Eh? Only they run a one corner and give out the whole of the money, but guess what no do? Nah, send no soldier. No, we not send oh soldier go over there, but we are the mastermind behind the whole thing, you know. But here what we're gonna do now. To we have our money, we can just get other people to do with dirty work. Yeah, yeah, smart, bad. Eh? Philip said the courts stop the mission, you know. When them put it to the court, when them say they want the police them to go over 18, you know, them put it to the court and the court stop the mission and the court said unconstitutional and all type of something, you know. You understand? But guess what them do? Licky corrupt Kenya, no do not more than find one loophole in a some type of parliament way, yeah, where them still get to send the police them go over there. Yeah. Then find some loophole and cook up something around one part and loophole and slide and dance and come to and dance the shandy and then end up with okay, you can send them go over there. Yeah. With that 300 million, yeah. Because the money had problem, you know, yeah, man, we can't make the money pass you by. You understand what I say? Yeah. So what you think happen now? And me that try to figure out, I wonder what make them never want the prime minister to land back over Haiti. I me never understand. I mean, I say, oh shit, I this one. So you don't know, say I got him go over Kenya now, go sign the paperwork them over there for the troops them go here to go fight. I go him go over there for go sign paperwork with the Kenyan president or prime minister. I don't even know what them use, but whatever. I go him go over there go sign paperwork with them, you know. Yeah? You see after him do that, all I know him can't land at 80. All I know him can't reach back at 80 because the gang them say, look, barbecue say, hey, hear me I say, if you think you're bad, make that helicopter. Hello, sir. If you think you bad, make the helicopter land yourself. Yeah, make that's what really happen. You see how strong you be. Yeah. Because if you land with ankle steel, because that you have to line with make the helicopter land back here so in a 80 all dope. You can't go back over there. How you can't go back over there? You know what I say? I want to make somebody can't go back. The man have to resign. The man have to resign. What you do? Ghana Kenya can sign paperwork. We then send people come over here come kill we. Lord Jesus God resign. Resign and do not put one back foot. Hey, find somewhere else, you know. Find somewhere else to live. Find some. I wonder which him they know. Eh? When they know, which him they stay. You can't go back at 80. You can't go back at 80, sir. Can you go at Kenya go and sign document? They definitely you can't go back over there. They might wait for you. Eh? You are the one, Mark. Mark, you hear Philip attack a while ago. Yeah, try to jump in. Yeah, try to jump in. You can't make it finish drunk, bro. Eh? You can't make Philip finish the way, I say. You just a try to come talk your foolishness. We don't even want to hear you. Ah, yeah, try jump in. You are try jump in, and I don't want to hear you. I Philip, more hear Philip and Brian. And then more hear. You there on one part and laugh, and I try jump in. Like you know, no man say something. I don't know you need to you live on a job, and you get a job right now for come do this, yeah, you know. So you have to make sure say you do the cause you want to use it again. You want to use it the next time, you know. So you have to make sure say you put on a good show, you know. You know what I mean? I said to you, oh, hey, Mark say, them now go over 80 if you go murder. Mark, why you not stop your confusion? What you make the people that make a compare and contact be a confusion for? I say you wicked, Mark. I say you wicked. Mark say, Kenyans are not going over Haiti to go murder anyone. No. Mark, you obviously don't understand the assignment, sir. Or you can't read. The UN Secretary General say, robust bomboclat use of force. You're deaf. Eh? Man, you power. But man, if you're deaf, then sound of Kenya must use robust use of offensive force. And that them say. So when you keep on a come attack like say them a go over there to go do this kumbaya session yeah. And this peacekeeping movement yeah, when you well know so this is not the assignment where the people them make you come up and come attack foolishness for. Eh? A 300 million you no get, sir. You no get 300 million dollar, you no get a job. The job say use force in a that. A that the job say. Me don't know why you're there for one like you don't know the assignment. Eh? You no have to follow orders. Them orders here come from the US and it a come from the UN. Eh? It a come from the US and the UN, you got to follow orders. And the order is use robust use of offensive force. That's the instruction for the 300 million. Yes. Stop comparing this picture here like these people are planning to go into one like a peacekeeping mission. No, the UN say go in shooting. And that the UN robust force. That means go in shooting. Kill anything in the way. You know, understand me? It no matter who in the way. Eh? So the 1,000 police want to send over there go dead off. And that me I tell you. But you not care about that because you don't get the 300 already. Eh? Mark, you confused and you sell out. Contact. Eh? Me need the lady to just go back to Brian. Go back to Brian, miss, because me can't take Mark. Mark, me can't stand you. You're confused and you sell out. And you licky and love likes and love things. That's why you're there start talking fuckery. We don't know so you have people right now who are gonna listen this way have sense, Mark. And everybody gonna listen to this. We not stupid. You think all right, we know so maybe this work over Kenya. This maybe we are doing right now may work in Kenya. Because you know the people they might not so you understand some people that even have phone to even keep up with what's going on. Them they wear on a one part, stuck on a one part, can't say then have nothing near much as even keep up with what we are going with here. So them little something can work on them the kind of people they over this stuff. You understand me? Once you put this out and show this out to the world, you know, man, you have people, we have brain mark, we have sense, we have reasoning ability, we have comprehension skills, we go good school, we know if you read and write, we know if you read and comprehend. We know if you listen and comprehend, Mark. Eh? You keep on a talk about say this is a peacekeeping treaty and the police in from Kenya I go over 80 to go roast marshmallow and sing kumbaya around the fire. While the UN General Secretary over one next part say, look, we're giving you 300 million to go into Haiti and use robust use of offensive force. A two different something. You are delusional. Me can't believe say make the people that make you come out contact this when you know say sensible people are gonna listen. And everybody will go listen to this slow man. You just look like a big clown. Although me know say that's the way you get paid for. You get paid for come up here so come look like a clown because that's what them really pay you for do. Can anybody never buy into your arguments? We know the story. We understand the mission. We're not even in, we know they are Kenya. We know they are Haiti. And we understand the mission completely. So, oh, you over there, you don't understand the mission. You don't know why not get the children. Mark, me need you to go find William. Where my name? Where my name? Oh, Jesus, let me write down his name somewhere. Where his name? Where his name? William Ruto. Find William. Mark, find William. Go link William today. Ask William, say, what is the instruction given by the UN General Secretary? What are we going over Haiti to do for this 300 million? Tell William to break down the job for you slowly, Mark. Can I see either they on the slow side or something? You understand me? Because me can't believe say come and sit down and talk like this when you know say all I will know where the mission is. Eh? Me see our next video the other day with the man attack and the man say, look, there is not a developmental plan for Haiti. You don't understand me? Other people that Mark, you know what one. We come up here, come look like a big old clown. That's why you laugh, so. Every minute you laugh. Every minute you laugh in a serious situation like this, you find time for your laugh and you wanna laugh. Eh? Why you laugh like this? Because you know, so them saying if you come be a big clown, God, that's what you is. You have to be a clown because nobody now work with your story, sir. There's proof. We can disprove your argument. You're saying peacekeeping mission. They're not going in there to murder. They're not going in there to do anything. But they're going in there to sing Kumbaya, roast marshmallow, and happy go jolly. You understand me? And then we have the proof over here. So with the UN General Secretary words say, use robust force in that. Yeah. So we can disprove your argument one go, quick and fast. So we sit up here do. Listen to the last piece. I mean, I have to go in. My phone all are dead. I have to go take this up back later or something because my phone are dead and I can't even bother with Mark. Mark, you one want to drag out the whole of this thing here because I can't come off of you because I'm ignorant for you.
And I'd like to respond to Mark's pushback against what I said. I'm not accusing Kenyan troops of being more likely to commit atrocities. I'm saying that's the job they've been given. Robust use of offensive force is not my word, it's the Secretary General's words. And if you take the previous mission, they had the similar situation where the gangs went back into the neighborhoods and the Brazilian general who's heading it complained publicly that he was being pressured to go into neighborhoods and shoot people. He didn't like to do that.
Hold on. Philip. No, Philip. It's your name. Brian. Brian, tell Mark again. Tell Mark, we're going to start you over back. We're going to start you over back because we need you to tell Mark again. I don't think Mark are here. I don't think Mark are here. Mark there. Mark there. Mark slow. Mark there. Mark licky. Mark, me have done a good association with your name. So me have done good to say. Brian. Brian, I need to tell Mark again. About 3 times, I need to tell Mark, hold on. Let me press back, Brian. Can't let the go so.
And I'd like to respond to Mark's pushback against what I said. I'm not accusing Kenyan troops of being more likely to commit atrocities. I'm saying that's the job they've been given. Robust use of offensive force is not my word, it's the Secretary General's words. And if you take the previous mission, they had the similar situation where the gangs went back into the neighborhoods and the Brazilian general who's heading it complained publicly that he was being pressured to go into neighborhoods and shoot people. He didn't like to do that, but he eventually did it. In just one massacre called the City Soleil massacre, the UN troops fired over 24,000 bullets in one-day operation. They killed dozens of innocent civilians. And, Kenyans may go into this with the best of intentions, but the job they're being given is to do these attacks in poor neighborhoods, and there's not going to be any way about it. Just, another example, just early in March, the Kenyan said, well, the Kenyan Foreign Ministry issued a press release saying, we're going to put this mission on hold because there's no government to work with. The next day, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken called President Ruto, and President Ruto was forced to say, no, we're going full steam ahead. So, despite the best intentions of Kenyans, they're being told to do a job, and they're going to be under immense pressure to do it. And it's a very dirty job.
And Philip, is that what worries you the most about your boys, your own police forces being thrown into the fire in Haiti? Because the mission, as stated, and as Brian was explaining, is brutal.
That's my point, because, the question I want to pose here is this multinational security mission going to be a peacekeeping mission, which Kenya has been involved in the past, or is it going to be a combat mission? The answer is it's going to be brutal. In the words of the Secretary General of the UN, they have to use every force to ensure that these gangs are extinct. Now, if our police officers go there and Mark says that they are going to switch talk, they're not going to kiss these gangs. The gangs are not going to give them cookies. It's going to be a brutal, and it's going to be a very comparative sort of engagement between the Kenya police and these gangs. And these gangs, as we've been told, I've been reading journals by journalists in Haiti and even in the US, that these gangs have superior equipment. And if Mark says that these guys are just going there to talk to them, dissuade them from what they're doing, then we are missing the point. Kenyan police officers cannot be used as guinea pigs. We have to rethink this decision that you have made, and it is in the interest of the Kenyan public that our police officers should be treated fairly in this. In any case, if we wanted a mission to Haiti, we have the Kenya Defense Forces. They have been tried and tested in other countries, East Timor, in Sierra Leone, in DRC, in Yugoslavia. They can go there and deal with those gangs. But sending police officers, I think it's not the right decision that Kenyan government has made since they came to power in 2022.
Mark, I can give you 45 seconds to respond. Go ahead.
Well, my response is one that...
Mark, before you even respond with your public, I already know it's foolishness you're going to respond with. I already know because of that you do from the whole time. You understand me? Me need Mark. Mark, you have to go listen back the whole of the debate. You need to listen it over. Listen it over, because me not think is that they're deaf or slow or something. You understand me? Because the people them seem to use robust use of offensive force that the UN Secretary General said. That's the instruction, Mark. And for some reason, you still tell yourself, say, no, this is not the case. They're going in there to roast marshmallow. Yeah, the man said, the UN do it already in the city of Soleil massacre. Yeah, in that mission there, the UN troops fired over 24,000 bullets. Enough innocent people dead, Mark. You hear that, Mark? Deaf, Mark. You hear that? Enough innocent people dead. 24,000 bullets. Them never go roast marshmallow, Mark. Them never go sing kumbaya around the fire. For some reason, you keep on tell yourself that this is a peacekeeping mission. I think the reason you do it is because you get paid. You get paid for do it. You get paid for come act so. Them basically pay you for act slow. Mark, you know, I know why your job. Me know why your job because they can't pay me enough money for me come out here so come act like slow. Act like me not reasoning ability. Me if you come back big public platform for make everybody in the world look at me like one big old dunce, like one big old slow. You, how much them give you some? Are you willing to do something like that? Ima, eh? Kenya is being given a dirty job, Mark, and them take it with 300 million. Mark, you think it's a peaceful mission, but it's really a combat mission. Yeah, it will be brutal. That's the instructions from the UN Secretary General. You understand? Me don't know why one you keep on a laugh. Yeah? You know, laugh when Philippa attack the things them, you know. Eh? Well, yeah, laugh when Philippa say, if you think so the Kenyan them a go over there, you go kiss the gangs and give them cookies. You yeah, laugh. You know why you laugh? Because them pay you to be a clown. Yeah, yeah. You hear what Philip said? Philip said the gangs have superior equipment. And Kenyan people, Kenyan police is the guinea pig that is going over there to go dead off Mark. Me not think you understand. Me not think you understand. If you listen about the debate, I'll play about Brian one more time. I'm have to go away, you know.
And I'd like to respond to Mark's pushback against what I said. I'm not accusing Kenyan troops of being more likely to commit atrocities. I'm saying that's the job they've been given. Robust use of offensive force is not my word, it's the Secretary General's words. And if you take the previous mission, they had the similar situation where the gangs went back into the neighborhoods, and the Brazilian general who was heading it complained publicly that he was being pressured to go into neighborhoods and shoot people. He didn't like to do that, but he eventually did it. In just one massacre called the City Soleil massacre, the UN troops fired over 24,000 bullets in one-day operation. They killed dozens of innocent civilians. And, Kenyans may go into this with the best of intentions, but the job they're being given is to do these attacks in poor neighborhoods, and there's not going to be any way about it. Just, another example, just early in March, the Kenyans said, well, the Kenyan Foreign Ministry issued a press release saying, we're going to put this mission on hold because there's no government to work with. The next day, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken called President Ruto, and President Ruto was forced to say, no, we're going full steam ahead. So, despite the best intentions of Kenyans, they're being told to do a job, and they're going to be under immense pressure to do it, and it's a very dirty job.
And Philip, is that what worries you the most about your boys, your own police forces being thrown into the fire in Haiti? Because the mission, as stated, and as Brian was explaining, is brutal.
That's my point, because the question I want to pose here is this multinational security mission going to be a peacekeeping mission, which Kenya has been involved in the past, or is it going to be a combat mission? The answer is it's going to be brutal. In the words of the Secretary General of the UN, they have to use every force to ensure that these gangs are extinct. Now, if our police officers go there and Mark says that they are going to switch talk, they're not going to kiss these gangs. The gangs are not going to give them cookies. It's going to be a brutal, and it's going to be a very combative sort of engagement between the Kenya police and these gangs. And these gangs, as we've been told, I've been reading journals by journalists in Haiti and even in the US, that these gangs have superior equipment. And if Mark says that these guys are just going there to talk to them, dissuade them from what they're doing, then we are missing the point. Kenyan police officers cannot be used as guinea pigs. We have to rethink this decision that we have made, and it is in the interest of the Kenyan public that our police officers should be treated fairly in this. In any case, if we wanted a mission to Haiti, we have the Kenya Defense Forces. They have been tried and tested in other countries, East Timor, in Sierra Leone, in DRC, in Yugoslavia. They can go there and deal with those gangs. But sending police officers, I think it's not the right decision that Kenyan government has made since they came to power in 2022.
Mark, I can give you 45 seconds to respond. Go ahead.
Well, my response is one that Haiti does need help, and Kenya is willing to help, and that is a noble cause that cannot be understated. Secondly, we are not sending regular police. The Kenyan contingent that is headed there is a paramilitary unit that is known worldwide, having been trained efficiently for it. Thirdly, this is not a grab at Kenya in terms of trying to go and just commit atrocities or even fight these people. This is a multi-pronged approach. Kenya is fully aware that it needs to work with the societies. It needs to rehabilitate the young people who become gangsters. It needs to create systems where the Haitian police can come and take over. It is not a bullet-for-bullet engagement. Kenya is not walking into this without the intellectual framework to know that what is needed in Haiti is not bullet.
Sure. Mark, you have to listen about the whole of this. You have to listen about the whole of... No. You have to listen about the whole debate. Go and listen about the whole debate, sir. Eh? Because in your big head, you think so it's a peacekeeping mission. Yeah. Where everybody gonna gather around the fire and chant and roast marshmallow. That is what you think, Mark. Yeah. Or that is where you come out and go on like say, and that you think I try convince. You don't know who you try convince, because nobody not slow around yourself. I who this for? Who this debate for? Because I can't win. I can't win. I can't people outside that who no think. I can't first world countries and America and them. I can't people with sense to go good school. We don't know what I'm going with Mark. I can't fool so. We don't tell me say no pay. Mark get paid for this. Mark get paid to come behave like this in a real life. Them pay Mark. Right now, they're gonna do a little digging to see how much money they want. And because them money look like it make people do a lot of things, eh? Look what $300 million make Mark him come and do now. Eh? 300 million make Mark come up here and say, Mark I get some more title. And that make Mark come up here and start this fuck prayer. And now listen to nothing when nobody has say, now listen to Philip, him now listen to Brian. Eh? Him now read. Him now read. Him now listen to nobody. Him just big and slow around at one part. Me not understand it. You know, the man said the last mission, the City Soleil massacre mission, the UN troops fired over 24,000 bullets. Enough innocent people dead, Mark. This is not a peacekeeping mission. First of all, the fact who are back the mission should make you know what kind of mission it is. This mission is being backed by US giving $300 million. Canada, another 100 million over there, so. Sending troops to Jamaica to train people to fight. Belize, Bahamas, yeah. All of this is because one of them first world country or both, they have their eyes on something in Haiti. There's something in Haiti that they want. Haiti has something that they want. Let's see if we can find out what that is. Let's see if we can find out what them really want. Yeah. What really want from Haiti. Because we're not slow. We know so the only time them all heap of money start put up. The people going to people country go fight and kill off each other. Anytime you hear a story where people are going to people country go fight like this, you know if you ask price. They want something. The US and Canada, they want something. Yeah. As of the spring of 2022, two companies, Resources Generate Corporation, a US-based company, and Associate, whatever, I can't talk the language, a Haitian company, hold valid exploitation permits. Several other companies hold prospection and research permits, all of which have expired. Okay, we don't want nobody expired one. We want nobody one that we're still intact like the US one. Yeah, we're still intact. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We want to know about them valid exploitation permits here. That's what we want to know about. Yeah, we want to know about this. Canadian and American companies have already been granted permits to explore for gold, copper, and other metals in the northern hills of Haiti. No. Make we read it again, because you never see smoke without fire. You never see smoke without fire. Canadian and American companies have already been granted permits to explore for gold, copper, and other metals in the northern hills of Haiti. Although the full extent of Haiti's mineral resources is unknown, some estimate that there is $20 billion worth of precious metals in the soil. And this is 2018. Let me tell you something. We set the plan in motion, from the beginning, Yeah, man. We set it in motion from round one part. Flood them in with them gun, yeah. Because we hear so the whole of the gun them are coming from over here. Flood them in with them gun, yeah. We hear say uno arm the same gang them now wanna send man going to go fight. So uno arm them gang, yeah, by flooding them country with the gun them from over here, yeah. When them start going bad over the north, them government are going with a bag of things, and the people them get fed up and frustrated and turn on the government now. Guess what gonna happen? This is gonna happen. We're now gonna have to send people in to help. Yes. See, you're not so helpful. Oh my God, we gotta help Haiti. After we flood them out with the gun them, we really arm them gangs, yeah. We know a ball out. Oh my God, we have to help Haiti. We have to give $300 million to Kenya so they can send troops over there to roast marshmallows. We have to help Haiti. We have eyes for the people them. Gold, copper, and other metals. Well, I don't need them wrong. We value $20 billion on half or something. No one sitting over 80. No know about sitting over 80. I don't want it. We don't want it. The whole thing set in motion. A years now, this set in motion. You understand me? Sunday I come, them say Canada last flight, Canada send one more plane for you, So all the Canadian them over there time to lift up, because guess what, go on? These are the last couple flights that are gonna be taking you guys out, and they're telling you that if you need to come out now. You know why? Because they're about to start a big old ever war in Haiti. You no need to get out now. All who can come out need to come out now, because guess what? Troops are trained over Kenya. Troops are trained over Jamaica. Down at Belize and Bahamas, and them are get ready for coming on the country, and one big old ever war gonna break out in there. You understand me? Because the gang them now go down easy. A big people are gonna dead after the two side. You understand me? Only for my fellow Jamaicans are gonna dead after them big and slow and licky on our one part. Because licky and Joe. Me soon go read up to find out how much you get in a sir. Eh? Eh? You see what me I talk about? The whole thing set in motion from morning. Cause this article here from 2018. They have already been granted permits to explore for gold, copper, and other metals. Yo, listen to me, man. Okay, you wicked, son of a Canada and America, only in the first world, only already have money, only no rich, only no first world. Why not for terrorists to the third world place them with them little things what them have? Only just one glimpse of city there in one of them places and running. So only do to enough African place and other country. Only just one spot sitting over there where can make one whole heap of money. Uno set on the sites for it and uno start cook up and come up with a type of dirty plan. And then get people to execute them plan your phone because they run on one part with the money and smile. All that 300 yeah. But we not put no foot on the ground, we just send them Kenyan people go over there go dead off. All that 300 yeah. Yeah? And you William with the licky self and Andrew no licky bad enough because all of this have to do with money enough. You're not sending them people because when I don't know peacekeeping not here send them in about I don't know kumbaya not Eh? You know I do this because you love your fellow Asian brothers and sisters, I'm not doing no love, And money, all of this about money, Them have them eyes set on this $20 billion, yeah. Haiti have a number of natural resources that could be used for profit and development of the country, including mineral resources, gold. Haiti has several gold deposits, particularly in the northern and northeastern regions of the country. Eh? And so poor over there. Eh? Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and its economy contracted by more than 5% following the devastating 2010 earthquake. However, there is an estimated potential worth of 20 billion in precious metals, including gold, located in the north of the country. Father God, you have to come down here. No. You have to do something. You have to intervene. You have to, you say we ask and we shall receive and bawl out when we need help. Well, we need help. Said when Jesus is on the cross again, Eli Eli Lama Sabachtani. We need help, Father. Why have you forsaken us? Because right now we need help. Haiti need help. You used to say, devil them have their eyes set for Haiti. The devil them have their eyes set for Haiti. For Haiti resources. That's what all of this is about. All of this have to do with the $20 billion worth of gold underneath the soil. That's what it's always been about. Eh? That's why Canadian and American companies have already been granted permits to explore the gold. They might really get permits to go explore for gold in a people them country. Once you sit on a site span somewhere, you not stop. You not stop till you prep up everything from there. Eh? And we what is Jamaica chaka chaka and Joe? And you don't know what going right to so. You know, come say you don't know about this either. Why yama? Hey, I'm just like Mark, you know. I want to go on your son. No slow around one part or what? Eh? That is big and licky so. Everything for do with money, you know, in it. We don't care much people are got dead. We don't care much pitney are got dead. Me ear to know bad. Eh? But guess what? I want bright side to that story, I know. I actually believe in a God. I actually believe, say, we will be judged for the things that we did while we were here. I actually believe that. It give me comfort at night time when me lay down. Me have to go lay down in my bed, me get comfort knowing that. Yeah, we will pay for the things that we go on with ya. Mhm. We're not, none of us are getting away because I have to believe that. Now, I have to believe that somebody can get because sleep at night time, I have to believe it. Yeah, me have to believe that there will be a day where you have to turn up and answer. You have to balance that the scale, a feather per scale. Eh? And some man who feather blow away and gone, not now going to measure up no scale, because the feather the blow away gone long time, we never go find back the feather. We no can't find back for the feather, never. Eh? So me know so we're gonna pay for somebody sitting them where we go along with down here and that give me comfort in a real life. But anyways, we're keep going to about this later, you know. As I have too much things for do. I don't even know if nobody did they listen to me, but me just know somebody just have to do this because I can't hold it inside of my structure. Yeah. I can't hold it in my structure. I can't in good conscience sit down and watch this and don't open my mouth and talk. I have to ball out. I want to go up on the roof, go ball it out. I want to go everywhere, go ball it out. I want to tell everybody. Eh? I want to tell everybody about what the plan is, what they are going with. So share this here. It said it go give somebody. I don't know who just said it go give anybody. Said it go give somebody. Eh? And we need more people to start talking about this. We need more people to start talking about what go on with Haiti. We can't sit down and just watch them eat. I wait for innocent people that eat they dead, you know. Pick me and they just oh. Later, yeah.